It took me 2 years to realize I was a ghost in my own house. I'm sitting in my new kitchen tonight. It's small, and the faucet has a tiny leak that I actually have the energy to fix tomorrow. But looking back, I realized that cheating wasn't a single moment. It was a slow, agonizing erosion. The first year of Shadows, it started with the late-night Thursdays. At first, I was proud of him. He was gunning for that senior partner position, and if that meant he came home at 11 p.m. smelling like espresso and stress, I was there with a warmed-up plate of dinner. But then, the stress turned into something else. A weird kind of high. He'd come home and be too wired, talking a mile a minute about the team and the project. I noticed he stopped calling me Elle. It was just nothing. He'd walk into a room and stop using my name entirely. I remember one night, I reached for his hand while we were watching a movie. He didn't pull away, but he didn't squeeze back. His hand was just limp, like I was holding a piece of furniture. That was the first time I felt the cold. The shift in the air the second year was the gaslighting, the quiet kind. You're imagining things, Elle. I'm just exhausted. Why are you looking at my phone? Do you really trust me that little? I already told you about the Saturday meeting. You're getting forgetful. I started keeping a journal just to prove to myself I wasn't losing my mind. I'd write down. He said he was at the office, but the car's odometer moved 60 miles. He stopped smelling like his cedarwood cologne. He started smelling like this sharp, cheap citrus soap. When I asked about it, he said the gym changed their dispensers that I went to that gym the next day. They only had unscented foam. I stood in that locker room and felt the first real crack in my heart. The discovery last month, I was looking for a misplaced tax document in our mahogany desk. I wasn't snooping, I was just trying to be a good partner. Tucked inside a folder labeled Old Utilities, I found a receipt.
A gold pendant.
A small emerald. The date was 3 weeks ago. My birthday is in the spring. Our anniversary is in the fall. I went to my jewelry box and stood there for 20 minutes, staring at my bare neck in the mirror. I knew then that the team member he talked about, Maya, wasn't just a colleague. The final conversation when he came home at 6:30 p.m., the house was dark except for the lamp over the kitchen island. I didn't scream. I didn't have the energy left. I just pushed the receipt across the marble. It's a beautiful piece, I said. My voice sounded like it belonged to someone else. Does she wear it often? The silence that followed lasted an eternity. I watched his face go from confusion to anger to a terrifying kind of relief. He didn't even try to lie anymore. The mask just fell off. Her name is Maya, he whispered. 12 years. 2 years of me wondering if I was crazy. All summed up in 4 words. Now I moved out 3 weeks ago. I sold the mahogany desk. I don't want anything that watched me wither away while he was blooming somewhere else. I bought myself a necklace today. It's just a simple silver bar.
No emeralds.
Just my initials. For the first time in 2 years, when I walk into a room, I don't feel like a ghost. I feel like the whole damn house. Edit. I'm reading all your comments.
Thank you.
To everyone asking, no, there wasn't a big fight. We just ran out of air. Update, I saw them. It wasn't what I expected. It's been exactly 4 months since I moved out and posted here. I thought I was doing okay. I've been going to therapy, rediscovering what it's like to eat dinner at 9 p.m. just because I wanna, and finally getting the smell of his citrus soap out of my brain. But today, the universe decided I needed a test. I was at that small artisanal bakery on the east side, the one I used to drive him to on Sunday mornings because he loved their sourdough. I was standing in line, checking an email on my phone, when I heard it. That laugh. It's a low, rumbling sound that used to make me feel safe. I froze. I didn't even have to look up to know it was Julian. But then I heard a woman's voice follow it, high-pitched, light, and bubbly. Oh, stop, Jules, you're being ridiculous. The visual, I turned my head. Just a fraction. They were sitting at a small bistro table in the corner. There she was. Maya. She looked exactly like I expected and nothing like I imagined at the same time. She was younger, sure, but she had this frantic, high-energy vibration about her. And there it was, resting right in the hollow of her throat, the emerald pendant. Seeing it on her didn't feel like a knife to the heart. It felt like a dead battery. Just nothing. The interaction, I could have walked out. I should have walked out. But I had already paid for my coffee, and honestly, I was tired of running. I grabbed my cup and walked toward the door, which meant I had to pass their table.
Julian saw me.
His face went that specific shade of gray I used to see when he was stressed about work. He literally stopped mid-sentence.
Él es Mered.
I stopped. I didn't look at Maya. I looked straight at him. I noticed things I hadn't seen when we lived together. He looked tired. Not long day at the office, tired, but permanent tired. The gray in his hair had doubled. He looked like a man who had jumped out of a frying pan and realized he was just in a different kind of fire. Maya looked at me, then at him, her hand instinctively flying up to clutch the emerald necklace. She knew exactly who I was. The crazy ex narrative he probably fed her was written all over her face, half pity, half defiance. What I said, I thought I would have some grand, cinematic line. I thought I'd throw my coffee, or tell her she could have him. But when I opened my mouth, all that came out was, "You have a smudge of flour on your tie, Julian. You always did eat too fast." I didn't wait for a response. I just walked out. The realization I got to my car and sat there for a second, waiting for the breakdown, waiting for the sobbing or the rage. But it didn't come. I realized that for 2 years, I had been mourning a version of him that didn't exist anymore. The man I loved wouldn't have been sitting in a bakery with a secret. The man I saw today was just a stranger wearing my ex-husband's face. And the necklace? In the sunlight, the emerald looked cloudy.
Cheap.
I drove home, opened all my windows to let the spring air in, and realized I don't even remember what his citrus soap smells like anymore. I'm doing okay, guys. Better than okay. Edit, for those asking, no, he didn't follow me out.
He just sat there.
I think he realized that the peace he thought he was finding was just a different kind of noise. 1-year update. The house is officially sold, and I finally stopped looking back. I got the notification on my phone this morning. The final wire transfer from the sale of our old house cleared. That mahogany desk, the utilities folder, the garden where I spent hours crying into the dirt, it all belongs to a young couple now. I hope they fill it with better memories than I left behind. It's been exactly 1 year since the day I found that receipt. The anniversary of the end. I expected today to be heavy. I thought I'd wake up and feel that familiar phantom limb pain, the urge to check his location or wonder if he's happy. But instead, I woke up because the sun was hitting my face and my only thought was, I need to buy more coffee. I've changed a lot in 365 days. The physical. I stopped wearing the colors he liked. It turns out I hate navy blue. I've been wearing a lot of yellow lately. The mental. I don't jump when my phone pings anymore. For a long time, I had a mini panic attack every time I got a notification, thinking it was a "we need to talk" text or a legal update. Now, it's just my group chat or a reminder for my pottery class. The space. My apartment doesn't smell like cedarwood or citrus. It smells like eucalyptus and the expensive candles I used to think were wasteful. The news, a mutual friend, who I've since muted, but she's persistent, tried to give me an update on Julian and Maya last week. Apparently, the magic wore off pretty fast once it wasn't a secret anymore. They broke up 2 months ago. Julian reached out to our friend to ask how I was doing. He told her he made a mistake and that life feels hollow now. A year ago, that news would have been my oxygen. I would have felt vindicated, maybe even a little smug. But when I heard it, I just felt nothing. Not even pity. It was like hearing a weather report for a city I no longer live in. The new chapter. I'm not dating in the traditional sense yet, but I am seeing someone. His name is Mark. He's a high school teacher, and he's incredibly normal. The best part? He doesn't have a mahogany desk. He doesn't have late-night Thursdays. When we go out, he leaves his phone on the table, face up, usually because he's showing me a ridiculous meme or a picture of his dog. There's no subtext. There's no thin air in the room. The reflection. I looked at that silver bar necklace in the mirror this morning. The one I bought myself when I was at my lowest. It's a bit scratched now, but I still wear it every day. I used to think my marriage was the most important thing I'd ever built. I was wrong. The most important thing I've ever built is the woman I am today. She's stronger, she's sharper, and she doesn't settle for hollow love. To anyone out there currently sitting on their kitchen floor with a receipt in their hand, keep breathing. The silence isn't the end of your story. It's just the intro to the best part. I'm logging off this account for a while. I don't think I need to vent anymore. I think I'm finally just living. Edit. Thanks for everything, Reddit. You kept me sane when I thought I was losing it. Cheers to new beginnings. Clinking glasses.
If you enjoy the story, please hit like and subscribe for daily content, and comment your thoughts, suggestions, and request stories below. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video.